My heel spur hurts right now. Whew. I'm wearing the wrong shoes, fellas. This is who I am. I'm not a quitter. I'm wearing the wrong shoes. Stare at myself 24/7 because flawless. I'm wearing the wrong shoes. I can't just do YouTube because to me that's boring. What's up, my dirty, nasty, stinky bra? I'm wearing the wrong shoes. For literally, I get jealous. I'm wearing the wrong shoes. I know how to lose weight better than anybody, but I'm not a dirty person. Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So today we have a Q&A. So I went on Instagram and had you guys ask me some questions, and I listed off the ones I want to answer on my MacBook. And I had 31 questions in total after going through hundreds, but so many are repeats or things that I've already answered or things that maybe I just don't want to talk about.
Interesting. I wonder what she does or what she's willing to talk about then.
So after about like an hour and a half, I had 31 questions. And I was like, that is such a weird number. And I was like, let's do 33. I'm 33 years old and 3s are a special number in my family. So I was like, okay, that works out perfect.
I only remember seeing this like once in Fresh Off the Boat. I think 3 is supposed to be a pretty bad number in the Mandarin language because it sounds really similar to death. Interesting.
I really try to choose questions that people have been asking a lot of and questions that I haven't really answered before. So let's get into it because we have 33 questions that I need to answer. First question is, would you do an interview done by the H3 podcast? Yes, I would. I would be extremely nervous though, because I know how Ethan is. He is unbiased. He has no filter. And it's like, what does he think of me?
I know what she's trying to say, but Ethan is very biased. But yeah, he does struggle with the filter a bit, but I feel like if Ela were there, she would be trying to give a more softer side, but they are both very biased in their views. Plus, they're married. So, you know, they're gonna back up each other, usually, or reaffirm each other's thoughts for the most part.
What would he say? But I would totally do it because I love them. Does your mom remember how she found out you were gay, and can she share her version / side of the story? So that's actually something that me and my mom have recently talked about, because we like to reminisce. We talk about the hard stuff, the fun stuff, like just things that we experienced together as mother and daughter when we were younger. And that is a topic that has come up. And I actually have asked her, I was like, Mom, do you want to share your side? Because I've actually gotten people asking this before. She said she would, but she doesn't want to like physically be on camera right now. So I think it would just be like her voice or something. But I think that'd be fun to like hear the mother side to a coming out story. I think a lot of people could actually use that. I know there are a lot of people watching me who have not come out to their parents or just like anyone in their life in general. And I think that like the more exposure you have of coming out stories can actually make it seamless.
I think this is a really cute idea and definitely a great content opportunity for Amber. Will it be drama? No. But I do think it would be very, very cute to hear Mama Lynn's side of everything.
Where did you get the idea to start wearing diamonds for your makeup? Speaking of, today I decided to do 2 here and then 1 here on each side. I'm just like obsessed. Honestly, I didn't get the idea from anywhere. I just remember I was doing my makeup. This was a couple weeks ago and I was like, how can I switch this up? Because the only way I ever switch up my makeup is like the length or the thickness of my winged eyeliner. And I was like, I want to do something different. I'm not really an eyeshadow girly. I have eyeshadows, but it's never really been my thing. And then I like to wear glitter in the corner of my eye a lot. I didn't do that today though. So that's like another thing that I do. And I actually recently started that just like a few months ago. So I was like, what else can I do to elevate my look? And I was like, you know what? Diamonds. I personally love it because I think it's beautiful, but not only that, but like you can do it however you want. So it's always gonna be a different look because honestly, I'm never gonna stop my winged eyeliner. I feel like it suits me. It's literally me. You guys love it. I love it. Have you considered cutting your hair shorter to help it recover? So yes, but not the way that some of you suggest. Some of you are like, go up to here to your shoulder. Never gonna happen. But as I sit here, you guys don't even know it, but as I sit here, my hair is actually quite shorter than it was literally just 2 hours ago. So I cut my own hair and it already feels so much better. Not only that, but I haven't used heat on my hair. I also said goodbye Tresemme and I have moved on to a different shampoo and conditioner, and I noticed already how much better my hair looks. So here I am showing you a clip of my hair from my last vlog, and then I'm showing you my hair today where no, it's not perfect, but it just looks and feels so much healthier.
Even though this is still really long hair for most people, it's really interesting to see her with a shorter cut. I will say though, it does change the way I perceive her a little bit. Not in like character wise, it just, I don't know. It's interesting seeing her hair so short, I guess, what I'm just going to say.
Very glad I decided to take a pair of kitchen scissors and just chop, 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 chop. How do you manage your mental health with all of the hate that you get? So honestly, the best way I can describe this is like, say there is just this invisible layer between me and the hate that I receive. 9 times out of 10, 99% of my life, with all of the hate that I do consume, it doesn't pass that layer. And I think with time, that layer has gotten thicker, it has gotten stronger, because I used to not handle the hate like I handle it now. Sometimes the hate can pass through it, but it's very, very rare. And not only that, I try not to put myself in situations where I see the hate. I purposely don't go into my comment section because that is the brutalest place I can go. There's Reddits about me, don't go on there. Gosh, there's like other places and other forums you can go to. I don't go to any of those places.
Well, Destiny was saying how Amber would go onto Kiwi farms a lot. Plus, I think there was also some exposing where Amber was like defending herself in a Reddit. I know she said that she handles it better now, but still, I'm curious to know if she is being honest, if there is really a change in how she handles that, and if she truly does not look at the stuff.
But one of the biggest reasons why I don't even have a Twitter anymore. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. I'm sure if I consumed hate about myself on a day-to-day basis, it would reach through those layers that I have in front of me, but I don't consume hate about me. You guys message me in private and you guys are fucking amazing. You guys are honestly so freaking sweet to me and so kind. And it's like, that's the stuff that I'm always thinking about. That's the type of people that I imagine who are watching me. If you ever get discouraged from losing weight because of your diagnosis of a lipedema, since lipedema is not curable and it cannot go away, yes, I do get discouraged because I know that there is a large portion of my body that will not go away with weight loss. And that's hard for me to absorb.
I know very little about lipedema, but I would hope that while it also discourages her, it can motivate her to not let it get worse. Because if she just keeps digging a hole downward, she's gonna have to climb back up at some point. I hope that she doesn't just focus only on the negative and she tries to focus on the positive of, oh, well, I don't want it to get worse though.
For me to accept, hard for me to process. I will always have like a disfigured body. I'll never have the body that I want, but I'm also so far past that like vain, oh, I just want to look better. It's all about health. It's all about the fact that I do not want to die. So
I mean, this one's hard because like Amber is a very vain person. She tries to hide it. Whenever Drunklin comes out, it's a bit more visible, but I think Amber is concerned about her health as she is getting older. She is finding it hard to find someone to live with because she has had a couple moments, or at least one with the potato. She almost choked, and if wifey weren't there to help her, she probably, wouldn't be around. I think she's starting to notice her mortality a bit more, but at the same time, I do not know if it's going to be enough for this woman to actually change, because in honesty it does seem like she's pretty happy for how she lives. She's been doing like a slow change in lifestyle, which is great. She has been losing weight this way, but at the same time it's coming to a point where it shouldn't be a slow and steady anymore because it is that bad of a situation for Amber.
Yeah, having that fear and feeling those discouragement feelings, all of that is no more stronger than like the fact that I want to live. That feeling is so much stronger than all the other stuff. But I'm only human, so of course I feel discouraged by this diagnosis. So the next question kind of goes into like what I was talking about, what is currently motivating you to lose weight, and it's pretty simple. It's like I don't want any more health complications due to my weight, and I do not want to die anytime soon. Like I want to live for at least another 40 years, and I know that sounds crazy because people my size, we don't live that long. What is your—
I feel like she should have this clip on her phone and maybe just like watch it pretty often because she knows that she's more than likely not going to live this long. But it just, when she gets down in the dumps about herself, when she's focusing on her lipedema and how difficult it is going to be to get back to 199, she is going to just want to give up.
next goal weight since you have reached your recent goal of 499 pounds? I think my next one is 469 because from my remembrance, that is the lowest I remember weighing in a very long time. Years, probably like 7 years, maybe more. When I get there, that'll be really exciting for me. How often do you listen to music? So I listen to music every single day. I would say for hours, maybe like 2 to 3 hours a day, maybe more. It depends on what I'm doing. I will listen to music when I'm walking Twinkie. I will listen to music when I'm cleaning. I'll listen to music when I'm showering. Just whenever there's like a time where I'm doing something and I want like noise, it's either that or YouTube. Do you still enjoy it doing YouTube? Yes, I love everything about my side of YouTube. When it comes to filming, editing, uploading, I enjoy the whole process. I think it's really fun. I've always loved it. I love how I was able to turn a hobby into a job, into something that makes it to where I have a roof over my head every single day. And every single day I am thankful for you guys. So thank you so much for that and for letting me do something that I thoroughly love doing. And I will forever love it. I really truly believe that. I understand why a lot of people might think I don't enjoy it anymore because I don't upload as much as I used to. The reason for that has nothing to do with like enjoyment or if I actually like YouTube still. So no worries. I still love it and I'm here to stay. What's your relationship with your dad like? Actively do not have a relationship with him and I haven't had one in a very, very long time. I think out of the 33 years that I have been alive, I think I have only had a true relationship with him for maybe a year of my life, and that was when I was around like 11. I was living in an all-girls group home, and I think at the time my dad was doing really well in his sobriety, and he would come visit me, and I lived actually in Upper Lake, California at the time, so my dad, he would rent out boats and we would go on the boat and we would go fishing, and those are the memories. Sorry, whoa, okay, those are the memories that I like to remember.
That's hard to hear. I'm sorry about that, Amber, and I'm happy that your relationship with Mama Lynn and the rest of your family has improved.
I'll probably never have a relationship with him again, and that's due to my choice, but it's also due to the fact that he just doesn't even try. He is still in his addiction, and it's bad, and he has a lot of health problems, and he's going through a lot, and I love my dad very much. I love him unconditionally. I love him with all of me, but I just know that me having a relationship with him would do more harm than good, and that's just reality. Would you recommend Ozempic? So I think that if you have a large amount of weight to lose, and you're obviously under doctor's supervision, and they think it's the right thing for you to do, and now you're just sitting there like, should I do this? I would say yes, give it a try, see how your body reacts. I know for me, I had some unpleasant symptoms, but ultimately in the end, I'm willing to even try it again. So if you're debating I'd say try it. Ozempic has saved a lot of people's lives and it has made a lot of people lose weight. And I feel like that's really important for health reasons. So yeah. So this kind of goes into the last question. Why are you open to Ozempic again, even if it can mess with your gallbladder? Because rapid weight loss, yo-yo dieting, losing a large amount of weight, all of that messes with your gallbladder regardless. I'm the queen of yo-yo dieting. You guys know that. I want to lose a large chunk of weight. So it's like my gallbladder has had issues in the past already due to the yo-yo dieting and to the weight loss. So it's like, what's another thing?
I see this logic, but at the same time, Amber, it's like your health is already so fragile, it seems. And luckily, from what you said, that your mental health is stronger, so you don't get down on yourself as easily or as frequently from what you say. But at the same time, yeah, your health is already pretty compromised.
If I'm being supervised by a doctor and they're like, you know what, it's fine, I think your gallbladder will be fine, then I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna not lose weight just because of my gallbladder. Do you think living in Oklahoma will allow you to grow or no? Oh, absolutely, because it has already allowed me to grow. This is the most independent I have ever been in my whole entire life. I feel my mental health improving. I feel my emotional health improving. I feel my physical health. I am losing weight. I am independent. Yes, I don't drive. A lot of people don't though. You can be an independent person and still not drive. So yes, I am already growing and improving as a person, like living on my own. Question for me is, will I continue to grow as a person here? Or am I eventually gonna wanna move on and go somewhere else? I don't know. What's one thing people rag you about online that you feel bad about? So by rag me, I'm assuming the person meant like something that people like constantly bring up. And the first thing I think of is just like my ignorance with like certain words that I've used years and years ago. Like I'm talking over 7 years ago. Since then I have apologized and learned, owned up for my mistakes. And I think that's literally the only thing you can do when you're ignorant towards something is own up to your mistakes, apologize, learn, and grow from that. Do you think
I think she is talking about the Walmart incident with Rafe. And I understand what she's saying. Yes, you can grow. Sometimes it's also hard to filter yourself, even in the moment, which is unfortunate. But I hope that Amber is genuinely doing better and that we don't see those kinds of slip ups anymore?
therapy you did for weight loss surgery helped you? Because as a viewer of 8 years, I've noticed a huge positive change in you. Well, thank you for saying that. It actually means a lot to me. I also noticed it as well. But I think that the therapy definitely helped. It helped a lot because I think that might be the first time in my whole life, and I've done a lot of therapy in my life, but that is the first time in my whole life that I've ever seen one psychologist for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks on end. And it's almost as if like my whole weight loss surgery journey was just like meant to happen for that very reason. Because it's like I've learned so much about myself, and there were so many like situations from my past, especially like in my childhood, where it's like if I would even think about it, like instantly tears. And now it's like I can talk maturely and clearly about those situations where it's like I'm okay and I'm here and I'm well. I feel myself healing from things that I never ever thought that I would. And getting diagnosed with PTSD and also BPD, it opened my eyes tremendously. It's like things that I used to not be aware of, I'm now aware of. And I'm able to like rationally be like, okay, so this is the reason you're this way. Now it's your choice to like find that rational side of you, take a deep breath, calm down, and do the right thing.
I'm happy to hear that, Amber. Many people experience trauma, and those that don't have a very hard time understanding the significance of events like that. I'm happy that you're able to feel sad and not let it consume you.
So this kind of goes with the last question, but it's because of the answer that I'm going to give. The question is, what is the worst habit that you do when you're in love with someone? So not only do I have BPD, but I have massive anxious attachment issues. Like it is so freaking bad. But when I'm in love with someone, they become my everything. And I know it's because of the BPD. I know it's because of anxious attachment. So it gets so bad, it's to the point where it's like my emotions, my feelings, my thoughts, the way my day goes, etc., etc. It's all based on the way that they're treating me. One small change or tweak in tone or words can literally feel like the end of the world to me. I never understood why. I always thought I was just dramatic. That's what I was called. You know, my whole life in relationships, just like you're dramatic. Why are you so irrational? Why do you act this way? Like you're just being crazy. Like hearing those things constantly, it's just like yeah, that's how I felt. Like I'm just being dramatic. I'm just drama queen. And it's just like no, like now that I know the reason, it's like wow, I have BPD. That's why I'm doing this. Like I know this isn't normal. I know this isn't rational. Having that answer has helped me so much. Like you guys have no idea how empowering it is to have an answer. I'm actually giving an example. So say someone I'm in a relationship with usually messages me every morning at 9 a.m. and says good morning to me. That's something I'm used to. That's something that I expect. So if it comes 9:30, I start to think they hate me, they want nothing to do with me, they're cheating on me. That's where my brain goes automatically. I'm not gonna lie, it would probably start happening around 9:03 a.m. So then what that would cause me to do is text them. Why would you text me? Is everything okay? Like multiple texts. Because not only is that my BPD being like triggered, but it's also my anxious attachment being triggered. But now that I have the answers where in the past if I did that, that would just be me being dramatic. I'm a crazy girlfriend. Like what the heck are you doing? Now it's like if that was happening, I would send one text. You okay, babe? You know, simple, you okay? Yes, it's still like on the inside, having a little bit of anxiety, like what's happening because I can't change those things about myself right now. That's gonna come with time, that's gonna come with therapy, that's gonna come with help. But the fact that I'm able to stare the same situation in the face, whereas it happened 3 years ago and I freaked the F out, or happening now, and I'm like, it's gonna be okay, Amberlynn. I thoroughly feel like my psychologist from Kentucky changed my life. Like because I'm able to see things so different than I was prior to the diagnosis. Trust me, I know it can be exhausting for someone to be with someone like that. 100% agree. It's also exhausting for me. It's very exhausting. But I try my very hardest to be upfront with the person I'm interested in. Like these are my issues. This is sometimes how I react to certain situations. I just like it's very important to have open communication around anything in a relationship, especially mental health and the way that you react as a person. How many times have you ordered takeout in March and what was it? So today's actually March 12th. And I've only ordered takeout 3 times. So I'm actually very proud of that. Like round of applause. I mean, this is coming from a really popular who would order takeout a couple times a day. So I would say I'm very, very proud of that. What show did you audition for last year? So I am friends with someone from 1,000 Pound Best Friends, and we thought it would be a good idea for me to be on the show. So she talked to the producers and they're like, you know what, let's see for an interview. So I had an interview. Feline was my girlfriend at the time, and she was 100% supportive. We knew that we were gonna have to actually move to a different state to be a part of that show, and we were both willing to do it. We were willing and ready. I did the interview. It actually went amazing, but I never heard back from them. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this happens a lot. I haven't interviewed for a few weight loss shows, and it always goes really good. They like hype me up and they make me feel really good, but they never call me back. They never even tell me sorry, we didn't choose you. It's just like there's nothing. So it would have been an amazing experience. I would have absolutely loved it because the girl I'm friends with on the show, I don't want to say her name because I don't know how she feel about that. I'm sure she wouldn't care. But like, y'all, you know me, I'm afraid like the doxing and I say the wrong thing. Like I have become more private on my channel. I do want to get better with that and start sharing more. But it's hard to balance like what I'm allowed to say versus what I'm not allowed to say. I'm not even mad at me. So but yeah, it was 1,000 Pound Best Friends, and I don't know, it just would have been great. Like I really do feel that. Do you consider yourself a sexual person? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I would consider myself actually a very sexual person, especially like if we vibe in a way, like sex every day. I'm a daily sex every pop. So do you have a current love life? So I actually do have a current.
That's great, Amber. Happy to hear. Keep it up.
I would say I'm very, very proud of that. What show did you audition for last year? So I am friends with someone from 1,000 Pound Best Friends, and we thought it would be a good idea for me to be on the show. So she talked to the producers, and they're like, you know what, let's give her an interview. So I had an interview. Feline was my girlfriend at the time, and she was 100% supportive. We knew that we were gonna have to actually move to a different state to be a part of that show, and we were both willing to do it. We were willing and ready. I did the interview. It actually went amazing, but I never heard back from them. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this happens a lot. I have been interviewed for a few weight loss shows, and it always goes really good. They like hype me up and they make me feel really good, but they never call me back. They never even tell me, sorry, we didn't choose you. It's just like there's nothing.
So I wonder if she's just perceiving things are going really well and she's just unable to pick up on some social cues or facial cues from people she's not familiar with, or if that's just more difficult for her. Because after a certain point, I feel like it would not be with each individual show and what they're looking for, but maybe an issue with myself and the way that I'm presenting myself to others. Because, like, if she really is, she's gone after, let's say 10, that's a huge number, 5 to 10 different weight loss shows, or she's all perceiving them as being great. I'm not sure. It seems a bit tricky, in my opinion.
It would have been an amazing experience. I would have absolutely loved it because the girl I'm friends with from that show, I don't want to like say her name because I don't know how she would feel about that. I'm sure she wouldn't care, but like, y'all, you know me, I'm afraid, like the doxing, I might say the wrong thing. Like I have become more private on my channel. I do want to get better with that and start sharing more, but it's hard to balance like what am I allowed to say versus what am I not allowed to say. I don't want anyone.
I think that's a pretty easy question to answer if you were to just think about the information you were to put out. How would that possibly affect you and the people in the future?
So, but yeah, it was 1,000 Pound Best Friends, and I don't know, it would have been great. Like I really do feel that. Do you consider yourself a sexual person? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I would consider myself to actually be a very sexual person, especially like if we vibe in that way, like sex every day. I'm a daily sex type of girly pop. So, do you have a current love life? So I actually do have a current love life, and it is with my Valentine. There was a phase where I was talking to multiple people at once, and my feelings grew here and there, and this and that, and I just realized that like talking to multiple people at once is not me. It never has been. I never did anything like that before, but it's like people are like, you're single, try it out, talk to different people. And I did, experienced it, great. It's just not for me. So my Valentine is the only person that I'm interested in and the only person that I want to be interested in and that I will be interested in. So yeah, I do have a love life.
I'm guessing this is the same person who bought Amber like the $300-$400 Lego. They've been chatting with each other for like 7 months. I don't even know if we are aware of where Miss Alexis lived. Granted, of course, there is going to be some time for adjustments in regard to like work, moving, any other sort of familial responsibilities, but at one point is Amber going to be like, well, crap, this is taking a long time, or these just seem like a bunch of excuses?
What 5 things would you want your partner to be like? I'll name some things, like obviously like trustworthy and loyal. I want someone who's loving and affectionate, like with their words and physical touch. I want someone who's obsessed with me. Like mutual obsession is definitely green flag coded for sure. And I want someone who's like weird and funny and quirky and silly because that is very much me. And I want to laugh with you and be weird with you. And I just love that. Like someone with a good sense of humor. Who is your favorite ex? I'm gonna say Feline. Is wifey number 1 the same as wifey number 2? Wifey number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are all the same person.
Oh my goodness, she has admitted it. They were all the same person.
Has Nick Avocado apologized yet for implying you lied about having cancer? No, he hasn't. And I think that's just very low of him, especially because he still says quotes and does things that I do in my videos and his videos. It's just like, do you have a heart? Like at all? It'd be different like if he was just like another YouTuber who just wanted to talk shit. But I did consider him my friend and I did talk to him about my cancer privately in text messages. So it's just like for him to do something like that is just really, really wrong. Would I like an apology? Sure. Like be a good, decent human being.
That's really fucked up, and I hope that she can get that kind of closure she needs, but at the same time, I feel like Amber has said some pretty questionable things, not realizing in the moment how others would perceive it, because of course not everyone thinks exactly the same way as Amber. So I wonder if she will take her own advice and try to apologize to those that she has wronged.
Who is your favorite reactor in girl world? Definitely Yo Mama, hands down. I feel like we don't really have anyone like that in the community, someone who's willing to stand up towards bullies and YouTubers who think that they're doing something good when they're really not. They're just like attacking 2 individuals. I noticed that a lot of the reaction channels, they don't like to talk about the other reaction channels, and if they do, it's always like good things, but it's like, y'all, these reaction channels, they're not perfect. They do and say wrong things as well because we are humans. That is just how we're programmed to make mistakes and to do things that we shouldn't. But I think the difference is that Yo Mama's not afraid to say something while all the other reaction channels are very much scaredy cats, for the lack of a better term. Minus all that, I genuinely just think that Yo Mama is highly entertaining. I love his live streams and I watch every single one of them. Who is the last person that texted you? So the last person that texted me was my Valentine. Do you use sex toys with yourself or with partners? Yes, I do. And I know some people are gonna come for me, especially if you've been watching me for about a decade, because I remember one time I said, like I said, like this was like a decade ago. But one time I was like, yeah, I think you only need sex toys if like your sex life is like super boring. girly pop. I was just like delusional at the time. I'm not delusional anymore. A sex toy is amazing. And I've been doing that for years now, but I'm just like speaking about it now.
I'm happy you've grown, and I hope that you seeing that change in mindset for yourself can help you, that some of your negative perceptions of things that you're currently facing aren't probably going to be as bad as you're thinking they are in the future, because you will change.
What is the last thing you journaled about? So I journaled about a conversation that I will be having this Friday. It's actually a serious conversation I'm having with someone. So I journaled a little bit about that and like just how I feel about it and maybe some of my talking points that I would like to bring up. Will you show your partner in videos in the future? But this goes for anyone, whether it's a family member, whether it's a partner, whether it's a friend. I will show you. You can be in my videos, you can be in all my videos, you can do whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want, but you guys know what I mean. Be all my videos. Like I don't care, but it's only if you want to. I will never ever put someone in my videos that does not want to be in my video. I would love it. Would love it if my partner wanted to be part of my YouTube channel. But I understand if they wouldn't. People are brutal. And there's a difference between, oh, I'm gonna make fun of this, I'm gonna make fun of your hair, versus like, I'm gonna talk to you and your family and your dog's kills. Like it's just like people be doxing like what doctors I have. That actually goes into the next question. Perfect segue, everyone. What really happened during the weight loss surgery era? Okay, I specifically said repeatedly during that whole era. I will explain later. You guys will see why I'm upset later. I can't tell you now, but I'll tell you later. Later's here, and I'm just gonna do it short and quick and to the point. I could easily do a whole story time, but I'm just not gonna do that because I'm not gonna put my energy into this hardcore because I just don't want to. I did back then. My energy was very much into this back then. I was very upset. So let's get into it. So if you guys remember, I came on my YouTube and I said, oh, I can't get weight loss surgery until I don't binge for a whole year. It came out of nowhere. It was confusing. It was weird. It made no sense. But I held on to that and I said, okay, let's do it. Then I had an appointment with my dietitian, and she said, you're gonna come meet the surgeon because we need to talk to you about something. And this was before I was even supposed to meet the surgeon. Sorry, I itch right here, so that's why I'm super red. I just noticed. My skin's sensitive. But anyways, I was gonna meet the surgeon even before I was supposed to. So long story short, hundreds and hundreds of people were emailing my surgeon, finding his Instagram and messaging him. They were contacting my surgeon's office through the phone, through messages. Anyway, that people could contact my surgeon. They were finding it and they were doing it. So how did people find out who my surgeon was? A reaction channel. How did that reaction channel find out who my surgeon was? Because I read maybe 2 sentences of an email that was sent to me by my surgeon's office. This reactor wanted to know so badly who my surgeon was that they faked wanting to get weight loss surgery just so they could get that email back to them to confirm who my weight loss surgeon was. And once they confirmed who my weight loss surgeon was, what did they do? They doxed him. They said, this is Amberlynn's surgeon, this is who he is, blah, 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 blah. Well, my surgeon was Dr. Smith, the same surgeon who did Tammy Slayton's surgery. I have met him. He is wonderful. He was understanding. So when I met him and we had that meeting, I explained to him everything. He explained to me the type of messages and things that he was receiving. It was people saying how I binged and I lie. So not only was I fighting for myself to get weight loss surgery, but I was fighting against hundreds of people because of a careless reaction channel. I was pissed. I was hurt because it's like, reacting all day. Go for it. I really don't care at this point, but stop getting in the fucking way of my life. Like, you got in the way of my life. So once the surgeon heard about all this and heard my side of the story, that is when things were changed. And he was like, you know what, a year is way too long. Explaining that they've never been in this type of situation where like someone who was well known gets doxxed and now he's receiving all these messages and calls and stuff. Like not only like was that not fair to me, but it wasn't fair to them as professionals. Like they had to deal with all of these messages. That's not fair to them. As I speak on this, I also want to thank Zachary Michael because he knew about all of this. I actually told him in private. I didn't give him like the rundown, I didn't give him every tiny detail, but he knew who my surgeon was. I went back to my DMs, but I don't know, a lot of DMs were deleted. I don't know if it was because of him or because I blocked at one point. It's a mess. I do be blocking, I'm not gonna lie. But just out of respect, I'm not gonna share our DMs because I feel like that's a low life. I know reaction channels love to share DMs. It's like their go-to. It's like, oh, you're message me, let me show you.
I don't think this is an appropriate use of doxing. Doxing is giving out personal information, whereas I feel like a surgeon would be pretty open about with what they do, likely having a website, social medias, showing their work and things like that. So I think this is a bit of an incorrect word usage.
Well, my surgeon was Dr. Smith, the same surgeon who did Tammy Slayton's surgery. I have met him. He is wonderful. He was understanding. So when I met him and we had that meeting, I explained to him everything. He explained to me the type of messages and things that he was receiving. It was people saying how I binged and I lie. So not only was I fighting for myself to get weight loss surgery, but I was fighting against hundreds of people because of a careless reaction channel. I was pissed. I was hurt because it's like, react to me all day. Go for it. I really don't care at this point, but stop getting in the fucking way of my life. Like you got in the way of my life. So once the surgeon heard about all this and heard my side of the story, that is when things were changed. And he was like, you know what, a year is way too long. Explained to me that they've never been in this type of situation where like someone who was well known gets doxxed and now he's receiving all of these messages and calls and stuff. Like not only like was that not fair to me, but it wasn't fair to them as professionals. Like they had to deal with all of these messages. That's not fair to them. As I speak on this, I also want to thank Zachary Michael because he knew about all of this. I actually told him in private. I didn't give him like the rundown. I didn't give him every tiny detail, but he knew who my surgeon was. I went back to try to find the DMs, but I don't know. A lot of DMs were deleted. I don't know if it was because of him or because I had him blocked at one point. It's a mess. I do be blocking. I'm not gonna lie. But just out of respect, I'm not gonna share our DMs because I feel like that's low life. I know reaction channels love to share DMs. It's like their go-to. It's like, oh, Amberly, message me, let me show you. It's like, for real now, come on. But yeah, Zachary Michael knew and he didn't say a word, and in his reactions he acted like he had no idea.
What a stand-up lad.
And I feel like a lot of people might ask this. No, that's not the reason why I didn't end up getting weight loss surgery, because I was still going through with it. Like, Dr. Smith is so freaking amazing. Like, he was so sweet, such a gentleman. He was rooting for me through and through. Like, I wish more than anything, if I ever want weight loss surgery again, that he will be the surgeon, because it's just like, he is incredible. I ultimately did not get weight loss surgery because I didn't feel ready. I genuinely didn't. I didn't feel like I had the support that I needed because me and my now ex, we were just going through a lot at the time, and it was super expensive, like $35,000. Like, it was just like a lot of different things that were causing me to be like, this is not the right choice right now. So the next question kind of goes into what we were just talking about. Is weight loss surgery something you will try again? So right now the answer is no, but will it always be no? I really don't know, but right now that's not like in the cards for me, honestly.
Again, I think it's probably has to do with her not having a live-in partner, so she's already struggling to do the things that she wants to do.
The last question is, what's your ideal sexual fantasy? Tie me up, put my panties on my mouth. Oh boy, come do whatever you want to me because I'm tied up, so there's nothing I can do about it. Anyways, you guys, this was a long Q&A. Like, oh my god, it's literally been an hour for me. I have to edit this down like crazy. That was a fun hour. I thoroughly enjoyed this Q&A. I just wanted to give you guys something a little more with substance. I feel like this had substance, or at least I hope so. To me it did. I love you guys. I have a lot of editing to do now, but I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.
I know how to lose weight better than anybody. I'm wearing the wrong shoes, fellas. I'm wearing the wrong shoes.